Okay, so we recently launched, and when I say recent, I mean on Monday.
No, when you say we, clarify that we. Who is that we?
I read somewhere, Franklin, that every time a business owner says we, it's really just them.
Okay, right. That's right. So right. So
And well, in this case, I say we because I have a team that I work with.
And the title of the team, the title of the company is
Royal Globe Inc.
Okay. So before you continue,
uh-huh.
Why Royal Globe? Because I see royal. I know I see Royal Highness.
Okay,
I see royalty, and I see you have globe.
All right. So let me tell you, I have never really given this story in such a, I'm saying wide setting, because although we are in the studio, we are in Radio Land.
But we're global.
We're global. I've never really given this story on such a wide scale. Why Royal Globe? The name of the business actually came to me some many years ago. I believe it maybe I think it was maybe somewhere in 2009 to be exact, 2009. And I remember I was home at the time and just thinking, and my exact thought was, Lord, I don't want to just live and die. I want to leave something behind that would impact the world.
Purpose and legacy.
Yes, that would impact people. So I don't want my story to just be, she was born, she lived life,
and she died.
I wanted to have something else. And I was just at home sitting. I still remember where I was exactly, how I was sitting. And it just came to me, Royal Globe. That's all, Royal Globe. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't know when I was supposed to do it. I just had the name Royal Globe.
Yeah.
And from the time I got the name, I went maybe shortly after, I don't remember if it was in September or thereabout, to register the name Royal Globe Inc. That's what I wanted to register. And at the time, I was told that the whole procedure of registering the business was much more than what I had thought, and even the cost was more than what I had expected, but I could register a business name. So we've put in a name. I couldn't say Inc. because Inc. Would incorporate a business, and as I said earlier, the whole procedure would be much longer than what I had expected. But if I had just added another word, agency, whatever it was, it means that name would be secured so that nobody else would be able to take that name.
I understand.
So that is how I started Royal Globe Agency.
Okay, so did you attach a product or service to the name?
Shortly after, I attached marketing to the name because at the time I was enrolled in a Cambridge International College program, and the focus at the time was marketing, sales and marketing. At the time as well, I worked at DPEX in sales and marketing. So I went into that. I started doing sales and marketing, advertising, public relations. Yeah. Yes. Public relations for a few businesses at that time. And that was in 2009.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is where the name Royal Globe came from. Now, when I got the name, I got the colors, navy blue and gold and all of that. So I set up that part of the business, and that was it for some time.
So when people hear the name, the title Royal Globe, what falls under the ambit of Royal Globe? Is it water? Is it food? Is it bread?
No. So that's the story from as far back as 2009, as I said.
Yes.
But we registered officially as Royal Globe Inc. in 2015. And at that time, we registered as a company that was providing services more along the lines of education. So
when you say education, is it books? Is it
yes.
learning? Is it teaching?
Don't worry, I'm going to lay it out all there.
Okay,
right?
I stopped talking. All right.
Remember, I told you I like to talk.
Go ahead, and say it's your show, it's your spotlight.
So
yes.
I registered officially as Royal Globe Inc. And then we went into education and we started offering vocational skills education. So it was in garment manufacturing, not as much as we do now, but it was garment manufacturing. So we had programs for children, we had hold on, it wasn't garment manufacturing, it was home decor products manufacturing.
Okay.
So we were
Okay.
teaching people to make sheet sets, curtains, drapes, cushion covers, all of those things. And we still do that. We had classes for children, and we also had classes teaching people to do things like crochet. All of those things that people had forgotten about, really. But at the same time, things that are still relevant and are quick ways for people to learn to make money.
Yes.
So the whole idea back then was to give people an option for self-employment.
Nice.
You know, for a long time, the story has been the high rate of unemployment in Dominica.
Mhm.
So along that time, 2015, all of that was so rampant, still a big deal. And that is what I started. So we were teaching people to do these skills. Within 3-4 months, they could go ahead, start a business, do all of that, and be on their way to increase their finance, or perhaps reduce their spending, sorry, because they will no longer be spending otherwise to make those things that they would be making themselves. So that is what Royal Globe Inc. started as. Right now, as we speak today, we have expanded quite some
Mhm.
so that we still offer the home decor classes, but in
Mhm.
addition to that, we offer garment manufacturing.
Okay, let me stop you here. So when you say home decor, what are the elements of that? Are there curtains? Are there the settings? Are there what?
Mhm.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
no.
So
Articulate it for
yes.
me.
So
Articulate
that
it
is
for me.
so that's it. We teach people for the home decor to make everything for their home: sheet sets, curtains, drapes, cushion covers, throw pillows,
Locally
locally
sewn here,
sewn
designed
here.
here.
Yes.
Okay.
So all of those things. And the whole idea is that with all of the classes that we have is to enable people to do those things for themselves. So if you can do it for yourself, one, you can save.
Yes.
So you no longer have to think to go somewhere and buy those things, but you'll buy the fabric, you'll make it for yourself. Once you perfect the skill, making it for yourself, you can now open a business
Yes,
and start
yes.
to make it for other people.
Okay.
Because there are people who, no matter what we teach, there are people who, like, for example, I was talking to somebody today who just don't feel that is their thing because
Okay.
they are not interested in making those things.
Okay.
So the people who learn them now have the opportunity to make them for sale for those other people.
So it's both economic empowerment and
Exactly.
knowledge. Okay. What's the other side of your business apart from the
Garment
garment? Yes, garment. So yes.
Garment
So do you
manufacturing
make
classes.
shirts? Do you make? Do you teach people to make just for women, men? What is the
Okay.
whole purpose? The
Okay.
market.
So we teach the home decor items. We teach garment items as well. We have on the other aspect of the business, V Couture, where we create practically whatever it is that people want.
Such as.
More specifically, our main garment is the national dress.
Okay.
So in spite of where somebody is around the world, we make the national dress, the Wab Duyet, and we ship it to
Say
them.
that again. Say that again.
We make the national dress, the Wab Duyet, and we ship it worldwide.
Give me an example. Somebody called you recently from last year or this year.
Okay.
Where did they call you from?
All right. So my most recent example of not just local but outside is the Netherlands. So I think there's the Netherlands last week, and then there's someone in the US, Georgia to be exact, on Sunday, and not too long ago somebody as well from the USVI. So anywhere around the world.
Right. So how did they get to know about you? What's your
We have
marketing?
our website.
Right. Okay.
So our website, royalglobeinc.com, accessible anywhere over the world, and it is live in the sense that somebody can have a right away conversation with us on the website. Yes.
So it's interactive.
Yes, very
Okay,
interactive.
all right. So okay, that's interesting. That's it. So you said Netherlands, and what specifically are they Dominicans or are they visitors or people just curious about the designs or want to know how they can interface and wear something cultural and something Dominican?
So we have people who are Dominicans, yes, but we have people who are of Dominican heritage.
Okay.
So perhaps they themselves, in some cases, they have never even been to Dominica. However, they have their grandparents who were Dominican, or they have their mother, father, they have some connection to Dominica. And you find, or I have found, that our national dress is actually a big deal. So we have quite a few people requesting the national dress, and I'm talking about the national dress in its authentic state, because a lot of people are just making a large dress and calling it national dress, which I will be honest with you, does it just upsets me.
Yes.
Because they just do something large and sometimes not the best, but because they don't know, they sell it as the national dress, and unsuspecting people are so happy to have it that they're not aware and nobody tells them.
What are the standards that characterizes the authenticity of Dominican national
The
dress?
Dominican national
Yes.
dress. Okay. The Wab Duet is a four-piece ensemble. Okay. So all right, bear with me.
I got
Because
patience.
when I speak to our customers, I like to give the history, because I believe that it is important that people know what they are buying and they can connect with it
And
as
the
well.
story behind it.
Yes.
Okay.
So the thing about the national dress, what has become our national dress, it really originated from Martinique. A lot of people do not know that.
I thought it's Africa.
So the very first place that the national dress was seen was in Martinique. The documentation of the national dress, the very first person to document it was a gentleman, I believe he was from Greece, by the name of Lafcadio Yearn or Hearn or something like that, Hearn. Okay, so that's the first person who ever documented all of the details that he saw. And what he noted was that for different complexions, there were different combinations of colors.
And fabric?
Okay.
Oh, just combination of
Fabric,
colors.
yes
Okay.
and no,
Okay.
but more
Go ahead.
the combination of colors.
What is that? Like you don't put, if a person is dark skin, you don't put bright red or whatever.
That is
Tell me.
exactly what it is.
Okay.
Now, I don't have the information
Doesn't
before
matter.
me, so I don't have the exact details, but I can tell you that certain colors for certain complexions, but also certain colors, for example, the fula, certain colors of fula with certain colors of fabric. So let us go back.
Pause before you go back. What is the fula?
Okay, so let us go back.
Okay, what is the fula?
So I'm going to bring
So-
the whole
Okay,
dress.
good. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to
I want to
tell you
interrupt.
what the entire
Okay,
dress.
all right.
So the dress comprises of the petticoat. The petticoat, you have the guawob, which is the brightly colored part. So you have the petticoat, which is white. And for our national dress, notice I say for our national dress, because the four islands, Martinique, Guadeloupe, St. Lucia, and Dominica, have different variations of the Wab Duet. So the thing is, we see different versions, and sometimes people don't even know that that is not the Dominican version. And because they love it, they wear it. But each island has a different version. In Dominica, the version that has been most prevalent going as far back as I think in the early 1900s, which Aileen Burton wrote about. There's a book that she wrote. Actually, she's written three books on the
recall
topic.
that.
You will notice that the people who wore our national dress wore specifically a white petticoat, a printed what is called guawob, which is the floral or very brightly colored part of the garment. The fula is the scarf. So the triangular shaped piece that goes around the neck, that is the fula, to answer your earlier question.
Yes, sure, absolutely.
And now you'll notice I specified that it is triangular.
Yes.
Because very often we see a crescent shaped one that has ruffles around it. That design is directly from Martinique. So in Dominica, what the older people wore was the triangular fula, and you will see that that is actually documented. There are photos of people wearing them in the olden days. And then you have the headpiece. And I like to tell people that every Creole headpiece is not a tête cassée.
Okay.
The tête cassée is a specific way that the head was tied.
The headpiece.
Yes, so the
Okay.
tête cassée is a head tie. But you have the official or ceremonial headpiece for the Wab Duet, which is what is called the tête pichée, which is actually a headpiece.
Okay.
If you go to our website, you will find that quite some of that information is there. Our website is royalglobeinc.com.
You go ahead because
Yes,
I'm
so
searching for some. No, I'm listening because I have done these shows in Dominica for all my life. In fact, I was supposed to be doing. I'm assisting somebody right now for the Madame Wop yet.
okay.
So I understand the cultural significance. But as an MC, I'm almost like everybody else. I'm amazed at the look and the patterns. But now you're teaching me that certain the symbolism of certain how you wear it,
Yeah.
the triangular and the circular, that they represent a different
Different
style.
thing. Yes.
And I was
yes.
told, if I should, I was just, I'm so enamored by what you're saying. I was told in doing when I read Ellen Burton's book, I was also told, or I was informed previously, that on the slave plantation, in fact, the Madras, why there are different the color patterns that the slaves when they were the house slaves they had more privilege than they got the rights those on the farm. So they worked around the massa. Now they would clean and be in the house. Over a period of time, the massa lady, the wife of the plantation owner, when they had an old dress, very old dress, they would pass it on to the closest lady, African,
Okay.
who worked in the house because it had a hole there and another hole there. So they would take other pieces of fabric and patch it on that dress. Over a period of time, the madam of the house noticed that it had a great, because Africans are flamboyant, and decided to make the print in Europe instead and have the design. That's where we've come up with
So
all
that
this.
is the Madras.
The
But
Madras.
without tripping you.
Yes, go ahead.
And this is the other part of it, because very often people believe that the Wop duet was in Madras. The Wop duet was not in Madras. So if you look at many of those old photos, and even sometimes when we had just started doing the Wop duet in the traditional version, we had often people saying to us, "But why are you doing the Wop like that? That is not traditional." When really, when you look at all the old photos, you don't see any Madras Wops.
Oh,
You
okay.
see floral fabrics, you see checkers, you see stripes. These are the prints that you see. You don't see Madras Wops until maybe somewhere in the 1970s.
Okay. All right. Teach me. Teach me, teacher. Teach me.
So where the Madras was worn, the Madras was the headpiece or the head tie. So everything else, and the thing about the Wop duet too is that everything contrasts. So you have a white petticoat, you have a floral or very brightly colored gua wob, you have a fuller that contrasts in colors. So for example, if the main color of the wob was pink, then the fuller would be green. If the main color of the wob was yellow, then the fuller would be blue. So you had those contrasting colors. And then the headpiece would be in Madras, which
Okay.
again, a completely different fabric. So every part of the garment is different. However, when it comes together, you just see this whole kaleidoscope of colors, but it is just beautiful to look at.
And what is the French word for that? Ensemble.
What is that?
Ensemble.
Ensemble, yes.
Okay, I'm going to
A
come back.
beautiful ensemble.
That's it. Okay, we're going to come back.
Very
I'm
good.
speaking with Miss
Avena
Avena Prince, and she's the princess of design at Global Royal Inc. Or Royal Global Inc.
Royal Globe Inc. Thank you.
Yes, okay. And this is our first pre-independence preparation. And you know where to get to Wop Duet. You know where to get to all of your. When I come back, I'm going to find out if men are involved because I learned a history there. Girl, you're good. Okay, I'm going to have this. I just remind you what we're listening to there. We're going to come back. This afternoon on Nature Island Small Business Buzz, my guest is Miss Avina Prince, and she has the brilliant idea where the idea and concept and the title for a business right now, growing and thriving and empowering others locally and going globally, having customers all across the globe requesting her unique and specific designs and educating me and the audience. I've been doing this for years, and I'm now learning that the different styles, different influences. I thought all dresses dress, but though I'm learning, and it's important that we now understand that there is a structure, and there's an emerging awareness that because I also know that there's a you mentioned the variety of styles that are
Mhm.
available. For instance, if I was to go and buy a dress, I would necessarily not go through just say, well, I want that dress. So yeah. Yeah, we're just communicating here. So there's some folks, if you want to find out about her work, because we're going to be flooding Dominica, the Caribbean, and the world, especially as we prepare. We soon, very soon, we're going to be celebrating 50 years as an independent nation, and we're simply empowering those who can make Hallelujah. We want to make it the biggest celebration ever around the world. So we want to know that everybody will be being a beer from baby. In fact, we have diapers. We're going to make diapers. We're going to make everything in madrasas now. Everything, bow tie, everything going to be in madras. No, is there? If I go to the men,
Mhm.
men are simple, white shirt and
Yes, a sash,
a
red
sash.
sash.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it seems that now that you're educating us, there is the various styles for.
Mhm.
So all I know is the. Do you make the headpieces too?
For the men, we
No,
well,
no, 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 for the ladies.
for the ladies, we do everything.
Okay, so explain to me when I see the, because I want you to talk about the entire ensemble with the
Uh-huh.
headpiece, the scarf, the
Mhm.
do you make, so if there's a lady, is there a particular pattern that somebody have like a catalog? You can say, I want this one with the purple and
Okay.
white, or the yellow and green and the orange and the
Okay,
flowers.
you can actually go on our website.
Okay, so
So
tell me
you,
all what's available on your website.
yes. So one can go to our website, royalglobeinc.com, and you can see the various designs there. Now, while we're speaking of designs, Franklin, I want us to be very, very clear that there is only one design of the Wob Duet.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's not many designs of Wob Duet. There's one design of the Wob Duet. However, there are many different designs of Creole dresses.
Okay.
So you can have a whole you can have a variety of Creole dresses, but you only have one Wob Duet. Okay, so we just need to be clear on that because there are not many versions of the Wob Duet. As a matter of fact, we will soon have some information on our Facebook page, just something that we're doing with Aileen Burton, just having that whole discussion because a lot of times people say, I want a certain style of Wob Duet. There's not certain styles of Wob Duet. There's
Mhm.
one Wob Duet. And then everything else you have is a style of Creole dress. So the Wob Duet is a Creole dress, but every Creole dress is not a Wob Duet. I hope I am not confusing anybody.
I'm trying to digest that.
Process it,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I'm processing.
Process
So
it.
tell me again. Tell us again.
So there is one style of Wob Duet. Okay, so the Wob Duet is a Creole dress, but every Creole dress is not a Wob Duet. So we need to understand that straight off the bat. So you're not going to get, oh, give me this style of Wob Duet, give me that style of Wob Duet. No, there is one style of Wob Duet. However, you can have any number of styles of Creole dresses. So
Go ahead.
so there's one style of Wob Duet. There are many styles of Creole dresses. The Wob Duet is a Creole dress. Every Creole dress is not a Wob Duet. One more time. The Wob Duet is a Creole dress, but every Creole dress is not a Wob Duet. And we need to be clear on that.
Girl, why the government not hiring you to talk about that? I'm learning some stuff there. I've been in culture all my life, and I'm learning. Now you want me to go and buy what duet now?
The thing is, sometimes people just don't know.
Yeah,
And especially we have that very often from Dominicans who live overseas.
Yes.
Because actually last year a cousin of mine in St. Croix called and she asked me to make a WOB duet for her. So I'm discussing with her and I'm telling her this. And, I'm feeling so good because I know the information.
Yes.
And then she says to me, well, Avena, I don't know what you're talking about. I tell her, but how you mean you don't know? And she's telling me, I have a WOB duet made by such and such, and this is it. I tell her, no, that's not a WOB duet. You have a Creole dress. But a WOB duet is something completely different.
So explain. Yeah, explain. So I'm coming. Yes.
The unfortunate thing about it is that many times seamstresses, designers do not tell people that specification. Somebody comes for a WOB duet and they just tell the person, oh, you want a WOB duet? What style you want? And then they do something for the person. Poor innocent customer is leaving with the impression that they have a WOB duet. However, they have a Creole dress, not a WOB duet. So I think it is important for people to clarify that, because
What's the difference?
Because the WOB duet is a specific style of dress.
What are the specifics about it? How would I differentiate? Because I didn't know the difference.
Okay, all right, no problem. So, earlier on, I mentioned to you the WOB duet ensemble that has all these 4 designs.
Which
these 4 pieces.
Remind me again.
It has the petticoat, the guan wob, the foulard, and the headpiece.
People, all of that you hear that, people? All you hear that. So that is
WOB
the
duet.
WOB duet.
Now, how can you differentiate that dress from another besides just the outward appearance that I mentioned? For one, the detailing to the back of the dress is very different. So you will find that at the back of the dress there are pleats on the bottom part, pleats or gathers, and pleats or gathers on the top part of the dress. So the back of the dress has a specific design. Then the front of the dress, and if you would go to our Facebook page, Vis Couture, right up there, you will see Vis Couture, the WOB duet capital of the world. You will see that there are some photos we have of the front of the WOB duet. And if you see the front of the WOB duet, you would not know that it was a WOB duet, because most times people see the WOB duet, it is cinched in the waist. But the front of the WOB duet is really just like a very large, no shape piece of fabric. It has what you call a plaquette in the front, and there are pleats to the shoulder. But outside of that, it's just a long piece of fabric. Okay? So there's no shaping to the front of the dress. The shaping is only on the back. There's a belt. There's a pair of belts on the inside, so that you can tie to give you the first cinching of the waist, and you have a second layer of belts or 2 belts on the outer part that will give you the second cinching of the waist. So most times we see a WOB duet, it's already put together, so everything is cinched and looking well. Okay, so that's the top part. That's the printed fabric. Then inside of that, you have what is called a co-jupon. The co-jupon was really a substitute for a bra. Okay, so that is inside of the dress, and then you have the scarf and the headpiece. So the main thing is the detailing in the guan wob. So it's not just a dress that has a petticoat under it. There are some specifics that have to be followed, and then you can say you have a WOB duet.
Welcome to University of the WOB duet, right here, folks. Here. Listen, I'm not going to ask you any questions. Just talk, I don't want to talk as you like. This is nature. We're going to come back because I have some other questions. We're going to go to the men's section. But however, I want my listeners, let me just imagine yourself on stage. And you're dancing, and how you, what's it called? You have the jip, and you have to, when you roll it, when
you pitch the WOB duet.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about that, all the styles, how to carry it, how to have the gam, how to have style. We're going to be talking about that. Until then, this is Swinging Styles, and this is Philip Hosford and Bing and all these guys playing this here. This is Royal Globe Inc., managing director, developer, proprietor. I'm happy to have her here. She came at short notice. We had to bring her on because there's something happening. She'll tell us more about that. Remember, I did warn you, she's an expert. Boy, see what she do. It's a brand new WOB she created just yesterday. Look at walking. Look how good you're looking. Look how fine you look.
You're good with Franklin?
Thank you very much. You better.
Boy, see what you do. It's a brand new message to you. You don't come in, your people to push it through. I see how you do the lace of my brand new song.
Okay, just to remind you about this time, this is your program. And not yet, Franklin, not yet, not yet. This one is better. This is Nature Island Small Business Bus, where we put the spotlight on any small business idea. We take it, whether you took it from the root, we take it to the fruit. We're local and we're going global. And this afternoon, we're putting the focus and the spotlight on Royal Globe Inc. From a small idea now reaching people and satisfying people's needs. And when we're getting an articulated view and understanding of what is it all about, I really thought address was address. Yeah, but now she's addressing the proper policy, the proper structure, and the formation of it. Now, at this point in time, I'd like to open the lines in case you want to ask Avina, you want to make an order, you want to find out anything where she's located. You're gonna give me your number now.
Yes. So our number is 767-448-4955. That is the office number. Again, 767-448-4955. And if you're trying to reach us on WhatsApp, then it is 767-276-4955. You can also connect with us directly on our website. We do have a live chat there. So royalglobeinc.com. You can reach us there as well.
Okay, so if at any time this afternoon is a differently, uniquely carved out program. In case you want to ask any question regarding size, color, concept, you have an idea for yourself that we give you the opportunity. You can, if you wish, you can call me at 449-3095. 449-3096, 449-3097. If you're calling outside of Dominica, my telephone number is 305-432-9624. But if you just want to continue listening, we have some juicy stories still coming up with you from Avino. Okay, so my next question to you is we were talking about the various styles. So I would normally read it on stage and say, okay, without having the real cultural concept, so I would say just superficially, but bring me down below the surface. So in terms of you want to tell people how to, when you make it, you make it with specifications for a different style. Oh, by the way, have you ever had somebody got married in a month yet?
We do make bridal wob duets, but I cannot say that we've had a client actually got married in one. We do if you want a full white wob duet, we do that. As a matter of fact, I did one not too long ago for someone who was coming down for an event, but no, we have not had one that I can say somebody got married in.
Okay, but if they
But
were
of
interested,
course, if somebody is interested, yes. I know of people who have gotten married in the wob duet, yes.
Yes.
But to say that one of our customers of recent, no.
What are the different styles like that are available? Like, are there those for seasonal? Would you make one for? Just tell me, because I really don't
know
understand.
how?
No, not only how, but like the style. You just mentioned the peachy.
Yes.
Is there? I say they had pieces, so they would have. Is it?
There are 3 styles of headpieces for the wob duet.
Stop.
Okay.
Let me give you. I want you to come back. Let me give you a juicy story right here.
Tell me.
No. All you is so I buy it. So I selling it. Is it? The question is it true that they carry certain sentimental, emotional, or intimate intentions?
Okay.
So that there would be a certain style. If you see that style, I'm available. If that style, I am married or I'm taken. So I want to know the history behind it.
Okay, so the history behind it.
Yes.
All right. A lot of the information that I have, specific to the dress, I have from the writings of Lafcadio Yearn and then from Aileen Burton. So you find that a lot of times I get questions. I always throw them back to Auntie Aileen because I want to know that I have information not just from myself and what I suspect, but from somebody who has actually researched the topic, right? And Auntie Aileen Burton, for those who don't know her by that name, Cheryl Burton, has done immense research on the subject. So the last time I was asked that specific question, I threw it out to her. And what she did say to me is that specific part of culture, according to her according to her research, she did not find that in Dominican culture. However, and that's that culture about the one pig being single, two pigs being married, three pigs being married but still open. That culture she mentioned was specific to Martinique. So I know, and even growing up, I have been told that that is what the pigs mean on the, and it's not on the it's on certain styles of the headpieces. Now, these are not headpieces to be worn with the wobdo yet. Okay, these are headpieces that would maybe go with the jeep or other Creole outfits. And what she specifically said to me is that in her research, she did not find that in Dominican history. Although that we've been told that according to what she saw, it's in Martinique history, not Dominican. Mhm.
Would there be any differentiation or easily identifiable significant change with a St. Lucian Wobduet and a Dominican Wobduet and Martinican or Guadeloupe?
Yes. For us in Dominica, you find that, and especially for the national dress, our petticoat is white,
And there would be
just white for Dominica. For Martinique and Guadeloupe, that's where you have the colored petticoats coming in. So you can have a green petticoat, a red petticoat, according to the color of your wob, and the lining would also be a different color or the same color as the petticoat. So Dominica has a white petticoat with white lining. Martinique would have colored petticoat with colored lining, same as Guadeloupe. And then for St. Lucia, the petticoat is a pastel color as well as the lining is in satin. Although, mind you, I have had St. Lucians who requested the Dominican design.
okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Are you aware that when I was at Carleton University in Ottawa, that's in 1985, I found out. So the St. Lucian guy and myself, we on campus, and we're talking patois.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can tell everybody who's listening. So we're saying, wait, salad we. But we saying you're going there. A white man
Oh my gosh.
in army fatigues with a beard.
Oh wow.
And he just watching us, and he started to smile.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Mwesa Koponzo. Who are we shocked? The man is from Seychelles. And they speak patois in
Yes.
Seychelles.
There's actually a group chat that I am a part of, and there are many countries around the world
Louisiana.
connected to that chat.
Okay.
And there are various places that speak the same Creole as we do.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not just the four islands that I mentioned earlier. There are other places. Of course, we know of Haiti as well, but there are other islands, and even I think there is somewhere in the US.
Louisiana.
I'm not sure.
Louisiana. Yes.
where
Yes.
the Creole is very similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you noticed any changes? Do you find is only seasonal? But you mentioned that some folks outside of Dominica have called you requesting your services.
Actually, we do wob duet throughout the year. So from January, if you go to our Facebook page, we try our best to post as many as we can. But we do the wob duet, and when I say Facebook page, I'm talking about the V's Couture Facebook page. So we are Royal Globe.
Say that again. Spell that.
V's VEE''S V's Couture COUTURE. So we do our programs, our training programs on the Royal Globe Inc., but we do our garment manufacturing on the V's Couture. So V's Couture, if you go to that page, you will see quite a few of the wob duets that we've done. But we do wob duets throughout the year because the wob duet, to do the garment properly, I mean, because I have the experience, I can make a wob duet quickly for someone.
Such as,
right?
if I ask you, I need it for today's what? What today's
Today's Thursday.
I need it for next Friday.
I can make a wob duet in that amount of time, yes. Okay. But I prefer not, right? Now, not just that, but remember, we have others. We have others up to October already, right? I'm not saying that we're not taking more, but we do have others. So because of just the detailing and everything, we do wob duets year round. So we have others coming in. Coming in throughout the year.
Yes.
Okay, January, February, March.
All
And
across
we
Dominica, the Caribbean, wherever.
everywhere. And we ask people order early. Because when you order early, you can get what you want. You can get the fabric that you want. Because remember, the fabric is not waiting for you to purchase. You understand? So the earlier you order, the more time you have, you can, you can be more a little at your leisure.
How do they get? How do they call you? Just give me the numbers now. Your contact, all of your
Our
contacts.
contact information, 767-276-4955. The office, 767-448-4955. And again, we take What Duet orders year round. So we are still taking orders now for October. We do have some items already on our website. You can order through our website as well, royalglobeinc.com. If you order through the website, you will notice that we have some designs already there, some fabrics already there that you can choose from. You will also see a range of petticoats that you can select from as well. So we have different styles of the petticoats. We have the jeeps, because not everybody wants the full Creole, the full Wop Duet. Some people would prefer our second Creole, our second traditional wear, which is the jeep. And so we do all of those things, and all of them are available throughout the year.
How did they contact you again?
Contact us 767-276-4955 or 767-448-4955. My direct number is 767-614-8445. But one thing, Franklin, because I know our time is drawing nigh, we went into all this long conversation about the Wop Duet. And what we really came to discuss is a program that we just launched.
Okay. So let's keep them waiting. 1 second. We're going to come right back. We have this prepared for you. One of my favorite songs ever. Elijah Benoit, when I did the Creole Festival, I made the song so popular. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mama. We're talking about Royal Globe Inc. as we prepare for Independence 2025, where you can get all of your Wop Duets and all of your dressings and your Creole attire. There's a difference between the Creole way and the Wop Duet. So remember, let me get you in the mood right now. You know how to get in touch with her. With just the headquarters for all of your. There's a difference between Wop Duets and the Jeep.
Yes.
Tell me that before we talk about the mini event.
Program. Yes. The Wop Duet is a full dress. So it's the full dress, as I mentioned earlier on. It's 4 pieces, and then the Wop Duet is the full dress. The Jeep is basically you have a petticoat, a skirt over the petticoat, a chemise, which is basically a blouse, and then your foulard and a headpiece of your choice. With the Jeep, you have a little more freedom. Because as I mentioned earlier on, the Wop Duet is very specific.
Yeah.
But when you go into the Jeep, you have a range of different designs of blouses that you can use. Your headpiece can be anything that you so desire, as far as, you
have cultural liberty.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
I love that phrase. You have cultural liberty when you go with the Jeep. But then you find the Wop Duet is a little bit more specific and precise. Yes.
Okay. We're speaking with Avina Prince, proprietor of Royal Global Inc., RGI. And this is we're getting ready as we launch on the walkway leading us into a special celebration of independence. This is part of our culture, and just specifically tailored for us, pun intended, tailored and sewn and seamlessly meshed the information education of our culture, the dresses that we wear, where they came from. I'm surprised to learn that it actually originated from Martinique.
Yes,
I'm just fresh.
Specific style.
Specific style. Okay, so after this, after 3. Okay, so let me let everybody know our theme, in case you think we having a party. We're just having such a good time here this afternoon. So let's go back to authenticity. Okay, so let's start like this, because I'm going to ask you the questions that are putting into the timeliness of now.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, what is your activity now?
Okay, we just launched.
When you say we,
Royal Globe Inc.
Right.
Avina Prince just launched our online sewing program that is accessible to anybody everywhere you are around the world. We just launched our Creole blouse making program. So if you don't know, we have been teaching garment manufacturing for about some 10 years now, various levels of garment manufacturing. And on Monday, we launched our Creole blouse making program, self-paced, so that you can go on our website and purchase that program and start learning how to make your Creole blouse. So if you love hand sewing, my mother loves hand sewing. If you love hand sewing, you can sew by hand. Yes, you can create the blouse that way. But if you do have your sewing machine and perhaps you have had that machine for years and it's home, you're not sewing because you don't have the time to do a class, or because you don't know how to do the specific garments, you can start, you can learn using our Creole blouse making program, which goes into various details of not just blouse making, but sewing information to teach you how to sew and how to sew properly. So you would go to our website, royalglobeinc.com, and you would go to the section courses. So you go to royalglobeinc.com, you go to courses, and once you go to courses, you will see the option for, well, you go to courses and then you go to sewing classes. You will see, once you click that, you will see the option of the self-paced sewing programs that we have. Now, we are pushing the Creole one, the Creole blouse making, but in as well, we have the gathered skirt making program. So you can learn to do the Creole blouse or Creole blouse / peasant top or the gathered skirt from the program. The cost for the program,
Is the gathered skirt the one that looks like the accordion?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So we have those two programs online that you can register for anywhere you are around the world. We have a launch price. So the launch price, the Creole blouse / peasant blouse is at 138 EC, 135 EC, sorry, and 50 US. Okay, so 135 EC or 50 US dollars. And then we have the gathered skirt, which is 108 EC dollars. I don't remember the US in my mind right now. I think it's 35. But you do have the option to register for either one of those classes. And notice that I said it is a launch price. So within the next 2 or 3 days, the cost is going to increase. So go ahead, register now, sign up for that class, and have a ball. Remember, you can do the class at any time. You have the class is easy to follow. You do have support. So we will be, although it's not a live program, it's not a live class, but your questions and concerns will be addressed if you have any. And again, remember, it's an easy to follow class. And that's one of the things about all of our programs. We do have live regular classes, and why our students do well is because the classes are easy to follow and you learn the skill. We're not just teaching you how to do something quickly so that you do it fast and then when you leave us you don't know how to put things together. We teach you the professional methods of making garments, as well as we teach you why you are doing what you're doing. So in the event you are, when you are out of the classroom, you are able to manage on your own and to do well. So we have taught many people over the years. As a matter of fact, there are some of our students who have even gone on to have their own sessions and they do well, and those they teach do well. So that is what we are offering right now, just before the Creole season, so that you can go and learn at your own pace, learn well, and be doing things for Creole.
Okay, and you mentioned what I'm curious about. If I'm doing it online, do you teach me remotely? Why do I have to come into the class?
No, you're not coming into the class.
Wonderful.
It is a remote class. You are doing it online at your own time.
Okay.
So if you want to do the class, for example, you wake up at 3:00 in the morning and you can't go back to sleep, and you want to take the class, you can take the class.
So the tutorials are there for you.
They are there for you.
Oh,
So you go ahead and you do your class at your own pace. The thing is, however, when you sign up, you must leave your email address, because once you leave your email address, that is how you will get the code so that you can access the class on the website. So again, you go, you sign on, you pay your class fee and all of that. You get a code, and you come back to the website to the section where it says my course. You click to my course, whatever classes you have registered for, you will see those classes come up. And you go into the classroom, you follow,
so
you do well.
Those of us who want to do it, give me the follow up, the steps again. I go
so
on my
the
computer?
step, you go to your computer, you bring up your browser, you search Royal Globe Inc. Once you get to the Royal Globe Inc. website, you are looking for the area where it says courses. So you're looking for the courses section. Once you get into courses, you click that, you get the drop down, then you click sewing classes. Once you click sewing classes, it will give you the options of sewing classes that we have, and you click on the version or the class that you want to register for. Once you register for that class, you go ahead, make your payments. You also remember to put in your email address. That is very important. Put in your email address. And then once your payment is final, you will get a code to give you access back into the class. Okay? So you go back to everything that you did before, you come back to the courses section, and this time you will see it says my course. So that means now the course that you have registered for, you will be able to log on to that particular class.
Abina, I want to thank you so very much for this afternoon. Very engaging and interesting conversation. I thank you for accepting such notice. I had a great time.
I had a great time as well.
Yes, thank you very much. And that's the telephone number and your contacts again.
767-448-4955 is the office number. 767-276-4955 is the office number. If you want to reach us on WhatsApp, 767-614-8445 is my personal number. And in case you're in Dominica and trying to locate us, we are on Hanover Street. That is right behind of Whitchurch Supermarket, right next to Western Union. Again, we are on Hanover Street behind Whitchurch Supermarket, next to Western Union. There's an alley there, and we have some large signs. You cannot miss them. You just come through the alley. Okay? Again, our website, royalglobeinc.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Great success to you.
Thank you so much.
I come in for my update. Bye-bye. God bless you.
Looking forward.
Okay, thank you very
Ta-ta.
much. Bye-bye.